Pastor Apollo C. Quiboloy of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ gave reminders to the country's leaders about their responsibilities according to the will of God, especially their roles in promoting peace and order rather than allowing evil to prevail in the nation. Hannah Jane Sancho reports.
A nation's success, including the kingdom nation, and prosperity is tied to its obedience to God and recognition of His laws and ordinances which are written in His Word.
Rejoice, children of God, for the
In
day
his
of
program, Sounds of Worship, aired on Sunday, Pastor Apollo C. Quiboloy of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ shared some spiritual insights regarding the responsibilities of leaders and authorities governing a nation. First and foremost, Pastor Apollo emphasized the importance of having a government and the basis of responsibility for leaders as ordained by God.
The purpose why the Almighty Father has instituted government is for the good and welfare of all the people. Just imagine if there is no powers and authorities ordained of God like that, there will be anarchy in the world. Or in a nation like ours, there will be anarchy, the evil people will rule it over us, and there will be chaos, there will be lawlessness, there will be all kinds of evil that will happen. The state has the basic function to restrain evil. Leaders, rulers, wield power and authority to carry out justice against wrong.
According to the good pastor, leaders are the ones empowered to hold wrongdoers accountable and should not serve as protectors of such individuals. Pastor Apollo emphasized that this action is taken to safeguard the law-abiding citizens of the nation.
Rulers are protector of the good and punisher of the wicked. It is the duty of those in positions of authority to judge righteously and rebuke the evildoers, not the other way around. So leaders should use their authority to punish evildoers in order to protect the law-abiding citizens. Kinanglan execute dayon. Ngukuron dayon ng dautan, taralon dayon. Ibilanggo dayon. Kung leader ka, talagang dapat tumpak ang ginagawa mo, lalo na sa pagsugpo ng kasamaan.
According to Pastor Apollo, leaders of the nation should be the foremost enforcers of justice and equality.
Leaders should not be a terror to good conduct and should protect its citizens by instituting systems of fairness and equality. It's happening today, di ba? There are leaders who justifies the wicked and they condemn the just. Kaya marami ang nangyayari ngayong hindi maganda kasi ang justice, ang hustisya ay hindi nagaganap. So, bilang leaders, kailangan matuwid ang iyong paningin. Promotion of justice and protection of the innocent. Rulers are appointed not just to provide security, punish those who do evil, but also defend the innocent from those who would do them harm. That's the responsibility of a government. That's the responsible leaders of a government. When you are a ruler, there is authority in your hand to do judgment and justice. Kaya yung mga vengatibo na ruler, hindi pwede. Na kahit mabuting sinasabi mo, pagka hindi na gusto, patay kang bata ka. Mamarkahan ka. Kalaban ka pa pala sa akin na leaders should not be like that. Pagkatapos gagawa ng paraan para ibagsak ka niya siraan ka, siraan ka. Hindi ganon. Kahit masaktan ka pa, pagkatamang sinasabi, noong nasa baba, magpakumbaba ka.
According to Pastor Apollo, leaders should prioritize the interests of the nation and the majority rather than favoring selected individuals or privileged groups within society. This principle is also reflected in the laws of the Philippines, where it is clear that public office is a public trust, signifying that government officials and employees should serve with honesty and integrity as their sworn duty.
Public office is a public trust. Public office is a public trust means that a leader has been entrusted with public power by the people, and as an officer, he holds this power in trust to be used only for their benefit, for the benefit of the people, and never for the benefit of himself or of a few. He must safeguard the interest of the nation. Article 11, Section 1 of the 1987 Constitution of the Philippines states that public office is a public trust. Public officers and employees must at all times be accountable to the people, serve them with utmost responsibility, integrity, loyalty, and efficiency, act with patriotism and justice, and lead modest lives. That's in Article 11, Section 1 of the 1987 Philippine Constitution. Ginagawa ba yan ng mga leaders natin? Kung di nila ginagawa yan, meron silang kasalanan sa Diyos. So, kanila na yon, responsibilidad nila yon. Leaders are not to use their power to oppress or favor the powerful. Ang suhol, hindi maganda.
Pastor Apollo also explained that there should be justice for employees, but that for those who seek to overthrow the government, like the terrorist groups CPP, NPA, and NDF. According to Pastor Apollo, one good example of righteousness happening in the country is the strengthening of the National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict, or NTF-LCAC, one of the government's primary branches, which suppresses the unlawful activities of terrorist rebel groups in the nation.
So, yung mga empleyado at mga employees, kailangan meron ding hustisya. Yung sinisigaw ng mga gustong pabagsakin ng gobyerno, pataasin ang sweldo. Pero sila nangingikil. When leaders punish evil, it empowers people to do good. That we rejoice when there is righteousness happening in our country. For example, sa NTF-LCAC, sinusupil, sinisikil. Bakit? Ayaw nila ng righteousness. Ayaw nilang tumulong sa kanilang mga kapwa. Bakit? Ay masama ang puso. Sino ang makikinabang kung ang NTF-LCAC ay mawawala? Ang mga taong gustong pabagsakin ng gobyerno. Pero kung ang NTF-LCAC ay magpapatuloy, mawawala ang mga salot na komunista, NPA at mga terorista, at magkakaroon ng tubig sa barangay, paaralan, magandang daan, at mga kabuhayan. Mabubuhay ang tao. Ayaw nila yon. Bakit ako napunta doon? Kasi gusto ko talaga ang salot ng bayan mawala. Para ang takot ng tao mawala.
According to the good pastor, a leader should also be emotionally stable and possess a strong conviction to implement proper justice.
And rulers should not be balat sibuyas. They should not be onion-skinned. And they should not harbor hate. you know, but look at the judgment and justice as fairly and as squarely as can be.
Meanwhile, Pastor Apollo clarified that not all leaders have bad intentions because many of them are for the welfare of the nation.
So hindi lahat ng mga leaders nakikita natin masama. Marami riyan mabubuti. Nahahaluan lang ng masama. So pagka tayo ay naghahatol, huwag hatulan lahat. Huwag lahatin. Meron ding mga mabubuting leaders na may mabubuting puso.
Pastor Apollo added that a leader's style of governance reflects on the nation's citizens. If governance is done properly in the government, the citizens will also lead upright lives. However, if it is not done correctly, the result will be chaotic, and it will be the consequence of the wrong system being implemented.
You will know a nation of what kind of a leader there is. Look at the fruits of that. Look at the result of that leadership. If the leader wants cleanliness, and he has that spirit of being clean and cleanliness, everything that is under him will be clean. Yes. If the leader wants order or law or order, the result will be law and order. If there is chaos, then that leader is chaotic. Because the failure and success of everything depends on the leader. It depends on a leader. It may be a group, organization, community, a city, a nation. Look at the result of his leadership. The result is the people. What kind of people are there? Are they unruly? Are they lawless? Are they dirty? Is there chaos? There's no order? Do not look at the people. Look at the leader. If the leader wants righteousness, all his people will be righteous. Praise the Father. If the people wanted, if the leader wanted everything a leader, because he has power and authority in his hands, anything that a leader wants will happen when he wants it to happen. So, kikita mo doon. Kahit sino pang humaharang yan, basta gusto ng leader, ganun ang mangyari.
In the end, Pastor Apollo reminded that an essential step for leaders is to approach God and seek the right guidance for proper governance.
So, it's always good for leaders to seek wise and godly counsel when making important decisions.
It should be noticed that Pastor Apollo is one of the advocates of the principle of nation building, where all citizens should also unite with their leaders for the progress of the nation.
For God and my beloved Philippines, this has been Hannah Jane Sancho, SMNI News.